Well, ladies and dudes, I really don't need a map anyway to take me to this unknown trail where I can find the lost city of gold. I'd rather be happy about some of the Pokemon cards that featured gold. Like a couple of them in the palm of my hand. Oops, I missed one. I guess you want to know which cards that I got in the palm of my hand. So, here goes nothing. Oops, I'm sorry I ruined the guy's face. And the big one. That is the most beautiful one of all. And speaking of gold, there is a movie that is so darn underrated to us, and it's a 2D hand-drawn animation film that is all about gold. Well, anyway, hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop 1987. This is my review for today. And today I have a movie review, ladies and dudes. And it's time for Season 15. We're finally here at Season 15 of my movie reviews. The series. If you know what I mean. So, what is my next movie review of the day? Yep. This is my next movie review. One of the greatest animated films of all time. And truly one of the most underrated animated movie films of all time. And that is The Road to El Dorado. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie so darn much. And another film that featured great, interesting, fun facts you did not know about this movie. And this is the very first film that I got introduced to the actor Kenneth Branagh, the one who played Miguel. Yeah, he did a great job with his only, well, one of his animated films. I think this is his very first one. That's for sure. And yeah, later on I got to know that he did play a character in Wild Wild West. I'll tell you about that in the moment. You know, where we get to the interesting fun fact part. So yeah, this movie is a great underrated classic. And truly a story that's all about gold. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, here's my next movie review called The Road to El Dorado. Let's get on to the main plot of the story. I think I don't have anything to say about the main part of the storyline. It's a story about these two car owners, dudes, they, Miguel and Tulio, who are going on their wildest and craziest adventure of their lives to find this place called El Dorado, the City of Gold. And that's all I could say about the main plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is what the heck do I think about this movie? Well, to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, this is one of the best animated films of all time. I really did enjoy this movie. And I will let you know is it is 26 years ago when I did see this movie in theaters. I was 13 years old back then. And that movie is pretty darn interesting from start to finish. Yep. It's hard for me to say about this wonderful film. About the road to El Dorado. It had a good storyline. It has very good characters, fantastic voice cast, great 2D hand-drawn animation, great songs from Elton John and Tim Rice. It had a very good score that featured Hans Zimmer, and it's all about the city of gold. Hard for me to say. So anyway, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of the road to El Dorado. I got some good news about the weakest points of the movie. It's 0. I have no weak points at all for this movie. Nope. Zip. Nada. And I will say for my strongest points of the movie is a tie. Just a tie. Between Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh's performance as Miguel and Tulio, and also great fun facts to be found. So, let's go on to the fun facts anyway, the first strongest point of the film. And there are so many great fun facts to choose from. Okay, what should I say about the interesting fun facts you should know about this movie? Yes, it is true that the few of the people who did get involved with Road to El Dorado, they also got involved with the previous animated film called The Lion King. You know, Tim Rice, Elton John, and Hans Zimmer. Tim Rice and Elton John did do the songs for both films, and also Hans Zimmer also got involved with the score as well. So they did get involved with the two greatest animated films of all time that featured great songs and an epic score. And also another great strongest point in the movie that featured fun facts is Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh. And you did know that Kenneth Branagh and Kevin Kline, they did work together before in Wild Wild West. And yes, they did have a couple of screen times together in that film. You know, playing the hero and the enemy. Kevin Kline played the hero, while Kenneth Branagh played the enemy. And yeah, you could see the chemistry between those two. And yes, Kenneth Branagh and Kevin Kline did work together at their voice work during the time of the production of the movie. I did see a behind the scenes about it years ago. Yeah, there was an interesting clip about it. All I remember is Kenneth Branagh and Kevin Kline were doing the sword fighting duel. And they had plastic swords, you know, like facing each other while they're doing their recording of their voices. And yes, ladies and dudes, another interesting fun fact about both Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh, they also got involved doing Shakespeare work. And they're also very, very good singers. And also for Mr. Kevin Kline, he is the master of playing so many characters that featured a plan. If you pay attention to all the previous films that he did, for the past a couple of films that he did in his career, he did movies that featured a plan, that featured French Kiss, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Wild Wild West, of course. And I remember he did one for the Disney live action version of Beauty and the Beast. And yes, ladies and dudes, it is true that both Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh did play some French dudes in a couple of films. I remember Kevin Kline did play Phoebus from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And he also played the French dude from French Kiss. And also Kenneth Branagh did play Hercule Poirot from the Hercule Poirot series. So yeah, there's so many great fun facts to be found from this movie. And yeah, this is the second DreamWorks picture film that featured 2D hand-drawn animation. True fun fact to be found. And another good strongest point about this movie is Kenneth Branagh and Kevin Kline's performance as Miguel and Tulio. I mean, those two guys have really did blew me away from start to finish. And they were really good partners during the time of this movie. And I really love their characters very much. They have very good storylines. They have very good personalities. They're very good attitudes. And yes, they are the best con artist characters of all time in film history. And they did a whole lot of con artist things in this movie. I guess you could say Road to El Dorado is one of the best con artist movies of all time. And I couldn't agree more. It's a very fun and interesting film that featured con artists, but at least they're good men at heart. That's for sure. And also there's some other fun characters as well as Chow, a con artist girl who wants to serve Miguel and Tulio as lords. The chief is pretty cool. I really like the villain. I mean, they're all likable, enjoyable characters to watch. What else I could say? So anyway, I'll go ahead and tell you about my final thoughts about The Road to El Dorado. Overall, The Road to El Dorado is one of the best animated films of all time, and this movie needs a lot of love from all of you. It had a very fun storyline from start to finish. The characters are so darn enjoyable to watch. I love the 2D hand-drawn animation that I ever seen in film history. It had a very nice score, very nice songs. Oh, darn, I forgot. There's one more interesting fun fact you should know about this movie. There was a part where Kevin Kline and Kenneth Branagh did share a song together in this film. But this is the only time you can hear them sing in a 2D hand-drawn animation film. And you'll never see them sing another number ever again during the time of this movie. So, remember that, ladies and dudes. Remember that. So, I decided to give this film a perfect high rating score of 10 out of 10. Please check out this movie to believe it. And also, find your own thing that involves gold. Well, there you go, ladies and dudes. So that's my whole entire movie review of The Road to El Dorado. I hope you enjoyed this one. That's for sure. And there will be more movie reviews to come in the later on future. I will do Harry Meets Sally and also Wall-E. So be prepared for those new movie reviews to come. And I'll see you all later, and sayonara. Who doesn't love gold? Bye.